Hi, everyone. I'm Ann Gusiff here with my friend Debbie DeChambeau, who used to be a colleague of mine in the Duct Tape Marketing Network, and we started out at the same time. And Debbie has gotten back to her love of insurance. And today I've invited her on to share about a tool that she's using called Mailbox Power. And I'm really excited to hear what Debbie has to say about how it relates to marketing for contractors and remodelers. So thank you for joining me, Debbie.
Thank you. I am so excited, and I think you are going to love this, and I think it's going to be of real benefit to your clients as well. It's just so many cool tools built into one that can be extremely valuable. It's been working really well in my business, and I know somebody listening to this might say, well, you're in the insurance business, I'm in the contractor business. They're completely different, but the tool works for a lot of businesses. So you need someone like Ann to help you work that tool appropriately, but the platform is really exciting with the capabilities that it has. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen.
Yeah, go ahead. And as you're doing that, so this is like, I used to use send out cards with clients back in the day, and it was relatively simple. But of course, everything has changed and gotten more, I don't want to say complex, but powerful. And so I'm excited to see how much more a tool like this can do compared to what I was used to, 8 years ago.
Gotcha. Let me just give you a really high level, and then I'll dive into a couple of the features that I think are phenomenal. Okay.
Great.
Built into the platform, you can do cards. You can do regular cards. You can do cards with customized envelopes to stand out. You can do 4x6 postcards. You can do 5x8 postcards. You can do 5x11 postcards. One of the cool things about the postcards is whatever names that you have in your database, you can customize the front of the card and the back of the card with those people's first names and last names, or both, depending on how you want to do it. So if you think about it, how many postcards do you get in your inbox that are customized just to the recipient? That say, hey, Debbie, has anybody helped you with your plumbing in the last 6 months? Or Anne, have you thought about doing a remodeling project to update your bathroom products in the last 12 months? But you're personalizing it to the recipient. And that's one of the many cool things that this platform offers. In addition, you can send personalized drinkware. So maybe you go to you're working with a new client and you know who it's going to be, and you want to send them, maybe you want to send them a cup or a mug, or maybe you even want to create some coasters of the before and after projects that you're working on. If you're working with a remodeler, and maybe the remodeler takes takes pictures of the bathroom before, and that's 2 of the coasters, and then they take pictures of the bathroom after, and that's the other 2 of the coasters. And then you could put the homeowner's name actually on those coasters. And they're not going to forget about you when that happens.
Well, and I would say, I don't know how much I'd want to look at a before picture of a bathroom on my coaster. However, you got me thinking, people have pets, and, my clients are in the homes of their homeowner clients, and they get to know the family pet. And so it could even be a coaster with the pet on it.
That's correct. You could send brownies. They have brownies built in here. They have popcorn built in here. And one of the cool things is you can customize the packaging of those brownies. So let's just say you wanted to do a birthday campaign for all of your clients, for all of your past clients, for all of your strategic partners. Maybe once a year you want to send them a customized birthday card, and you want to send brownies with it. Brownies can be packaged to have their name on it. So now you're personalizing that mailing that you're sending.
Okay? Wow. So you can send 2 brownies to one person with a card, and it's
2, 4, you can send as many as you want.
Wow.
Yeah, you can send as many as you want. You could also, if you wanted to, customize the box that they would go in. So you could brand the box with your information, and then inside of the package could be the brownies that has their names on the brownies.
Okay.
Put together just for you. Okay. And then something that was recently added to this, and this is for more of your higher end clients, but they do laser engraving. So think of the new homeowner. Maybe you want to give them a grill set. If you had, maybe you're a landscaper and you're putting in a grill set in the backyard, you could do a custom engraved grill set, or I think they call these chiquera boards. It's a little above my pay grade, but a wine and cheese board.
Yeah.
Um, they have water bottles that can be engraved. I personally have some. I have this leather binder that's up here at the top, and I have the pen. But it's what's going to work for your business and who your market is as to whether those
Yeah.
engraved products are something that are going to work for you. You happen to bring up
The pet.
the pet. Now I'm trying to think where it is. I have
It's
to
right
find
below
it.
the personalized gifts.
Yeah, no, there's actually something else within
Oh,
that.
okay.
I don't think it's in here though, but they have ornaments. And one of the things that I recently did for one of my clients whose pet had passed away was I grabbed a picture off of the internet of the pet and put it onto the ornament and sent the ornament to them. I think it's going to be here. And sent them an ornament. No, it's not here. I can't find it.
Maybe it's a seasonal item.
No, I just did it like 3 weeks ago. But
Okay.
you can do travel tags. So if you sort of wanted to do something unique, the contractors can have measuring tapes done with the homeowner's name on it. You can do it one at a time. I know the
Mhm.
contractors always want to brand themselves, which is good. I get that. But personalizing things to the recipient is what's even better.
Do you remember one of the duct tape guys or somebody, a guest that John Jantz had brought in, talked about this concept of, and I don't know if you were at this summit, but the gift giving and how important it is that when you give a gift, it's not about you, it's about the recipient.
That's
And
correct.
they don't want to see your logo on their cheese board. They want to see something that says, the Gibson family, and they'll think of you even though it says their name on it.
That's correct. Yeah, here's that ornament I was talking about. I was able
Oh,
to find it. So yeah, and then you can customize the front and the back. So
okay. For somebody like me who likes, ornaments to commemorate something that happened, you could even do for projects that finish in a calendar year. You could, can you do both sides of it?
yes,
So you could do the before and after on the ornament and, put the date.
that's correct. You
Okay.
can do things like that. Yeah.
Mm.
So there's a lot of things that you can personalize, that you can customize, that can be done for you. Now, we're in a world where a lot of things are done via email, but let's just say that for a contractor, there's a process that they have in place of, we're going to start the job on X date. You can expect us 2 weeks later. You can expect X on 4 weeks later. You can, whatever the processes are for that contractor. And let's just say that letter or that system never changes. What you could do to get out of the inbox and to get into the mailbox, you could actually set that up using their document center, and you could have that sent out like automatically right after you sign a contract or 30 days after you sign a contract, something like that.
Okay.
You can set things up to be scheduled. If you have a contractor that has a big team and they want to acknowledge their employees and reward their employees, they could actually create some certificates right here within this platform and have them sent out. And in those laser projects that I was showing you, or products I was showing you, they actually have the certificate holder that you could laser with your employee's name if you wanted to do something a little bit nicer. So
I could totally see that
yeah.
working,
So,
especially with the issue with labor shortage in the building trades.
yeah,
Depending upon what your certificate is for, it could actually have great meaning and help maintain or retain employees.
that's correct. And that's a problem in a lot of industries, is taking care of your employees and rewarding your employees. So as much as up to this point, we've talked about how you could create a birthday campaign for your clients, why not do something like that for your employees as well? Maybe what you could do for some of your more valued employees is set them up on every 6 months, you're dripping something to them, letting them know that you're thinking about them. And you could plan that out on January 1st and automate it and never have to do anything else with it until you decided to renew it again.
So I
And
do have a question on that. So say that a company has, say 10 employees. Can they drip something out like, I start employee 1 on this date so that not everything has to go out at the same time? Can you do like a drip campaign of gifts?
yes.
Okay.
Yes, you set it up as the campaign. You decide when you want them to go and what you want in that campaign, and it does all the work for you after the fact.
Okay.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. And you could do that with clients too. You know, if you've got a big job, I've been doing some trainings lately and they've been talking about the lifetime value of a client, and for some of your bigger clients, you may not want to lose touch with them. You may want to make sure that at least once a year they're thinking about you, if not more, because you're going to get referrals from them. Or maybe they end up moving and they have another project at their new location, or they buy a second home, or you just never know where that's going to come from.
Exactly.
So, having a system where you stay in touch with them and it's automated where you don't have to worry about it is even better. And you and I both come from a world where we were very big into email marketing, and I still believe in email marketing. I also think that you'll stand out more if you're in the mailbox, because people have gotten away from being in the mailbox as well.
Yeah.
So I'm a big believer in that. Okay.
I agree.
Let me show you. I've shown you a lot of the gifts, not all of them, but I've kind of shown you a lot of what things can be done here and different uses for it. I didn't show you the pets. They also bring in limited edition products every once in a while. They have this soap, foot soap. I'd like to get my foot in the door. That was their little marketing thought behind it. You brought up pets. They actually just added this pet leash to the platform. You can't customize this one. They're just sort of testing these to see what people think about them. They also have gift cards. So gift cards can be a nice thing. If you get referrals, you can, automate that gift card process. They do charge a $2 service fee, which for some people that bothers them. But if you think about it in terms of you get the card, you get whatever you want to go along with it, and you don't have to do anything.
Right.
That's the nice piece of this. You just automate it and it goes.
So I could see, thanking somebody for a referral. That's something where you could, first of all, you these days, I don't know about you, but I've had mail stolen, especially if there's a gift card in it. People, the people who are stealing mail know they seem to have X-ray vision. But if you were to put it with a personalized card and a brownie or something like that, you get a $25 Starbucks card, you add the service fee, you add the box, you add this and that, and all of a sudden you've got something far greater in value, and it comes with a brownie or 2 brownies, and that I think that's fabulous. So much more memorable than just a gift card.
Where did you go, Ann?
I'm still here. Let's hold on. Can you hear me? Debbie? I'm still here. Debbie. Hold on.
There you go. You're
okay.
back.
So I'm going to do, so I'm going to have to do stuff. I'm going to, whoops. I was going to try to join from my phone.
Okay.
But go ahead.
I lost you we were talking about the gift cards. I don't know where
Okay, so I'll just start over with that gift card idea. So basically, I love this because gift cards are often stolen if they're inside a card, but here you get the opportunity to put the gift card plus, say, a personalized card, plus maybe some brownies and a personalized box. And how much more impactful is that than simply a gift card? I love that.
Absolutely. It's the wow factor, and it's automated for you and you don't have to do anything. So yeah. So there's one other really cool feature, as if you haven't seen enough cool stuff, and it's called their Build a Mailing List. And the Build a Mailing List is such a cool feature. So you are basically buying a mailing list from this platform. It's going into your address book, and then you can do what you want with that address book. But here's where I think it's really cool. You can customize it to what you want. So let's take a plumbing contractor, and let's say that a plumbing contractor is working in an older neighborhood, because a newer neighborhood probably isn't going to need a plumbing contractor right away. Probably after year, let's say 3 to 5 is when you start to need some stuff, or maybe even if you're going into a neighborhood that's more than 10 years old. And let's just say that they want to market to new people who have purchased homes in those neighborhoods that we just described, the 10 years or older. So I'm going to put my address in just for simplicity purposes, okay? And then let me search for it. And I happen to live in an older neighborhood, and I'm going to do a search for a 10-mile radius from my home, okay? And then when I go over to demography, then what I can begin to do is break down different things. So I could do a search for people who have lived in their residences, and I'm going to say less than 2 years, from 0 to 2 years, because they may or may not have found a plumber that they needed to use then. And I really want to work with people who have a little bit of money, because it is a higher end area of which I want to target my marketing. So let's just say it's families who have income of 75,000 or more. And I only want the homeowners, okay? And I'm not going to worry about age or marital status, but you can actually bring it down to maybe you just wanted to market to women. I have a tree contractor who's a woman-owned tree contractor. And, you know, if I was helping her with her marketing, I might say to her, why don't you do a mailing, you know, towards all the women in this area? You can do single or married. For me personally, for my Medicare business, I define it down to who's turning 64. So I would click that box for me. And I want people who are turning 64 in the next 6 to 8 months. So then I go and factor that in a little bit as well. But you can break it down that much. If I wanted people with children or not children, I could do that. I can go to their education level. I can go to, you know, whether they've completed high school, college, master's. I could fine tune what industries they're in if I wanted to do that. Like maybe I don't want to go after contractors. I don't know, because they're already a contractor, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah, what their interests and hobbies are, you could break it down that way. You can really
This is kind of scary.
It is.
In a way that they know this much, because we're in this database, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So just with that little bit of information that I put in for this search, I want a homeowner who's earning 75,000 to 250,000 plus, who's been in their residence 2 years or less. Within a 10-mile radius of what I put in, there are 6,725 names in that platform. So that might be a bigger mailing list than what I want to purchase right now. So maybe what I do is I go in and fine tune that, and let me just go after the 30 to 50-year-olds. Let me see if I can do that here. So maybe what I do is 30s, because they're probably not going to be super handy, right? And I go to just for fun, I'm going to go to the 50 and 60s, because actually 65 to 75. Let's just do that, because they're older and they probably can't do anything on their own anymore either, right? They might know how, but life is changing for them a little bit and they're choosing not to. So we just went from 6,700 to, let's see what it comes up to. Takes a little bit of time.
I'm just going to go like this so that I know that I'm going to cut that out.
So that dropped it down to 957. So that's not as big of a mailing list, but that is a targeted mailing list.
And so you can choose to buy all of it or part of it?
Right. Well, you narrow it down to what you want. So in this scenario, I've decided to purchase the 957, and it says to buy that, although this seems high, it says it's $85.94 to buy that 957. Okay. If I take out the older folks, and again, this would just be for that 10-year radius of 30s to 40s. We'll see what that goes to. We'll see where that is. I think I need to fix the homeowner or renter. For some reason, I feel like it just says homeowner. Okay. Oh, homeowner. I just have the homeowner. Okay, so when I took out the 70-year-olds, it dropped it down to 723. So the point here is you can narrow this to your target. And as a marketer, I know you're talking to your clients about target your market. Who are you focused on? And this is where you can go and buy that mailing list focused on that market that you're trying to target.
Okay. And part of the reason that I'm really interested in this is that it's in one place. And so it's not, I know there's a certain part of me that's like, oh, you don't want very many tools. And then there's a part that is, then you don't, okay. I'm going to start over here. So the reason I'm really interested in this is because it is in one place. Sometimes tools that are in one place, it's like the fax machine that also prints and, does all sorts of things. I don't like that. I mean, oftentimes it's better to just go with whatever is the thing that something is known for. However, in this case, because if you had to go and source the information and then buy it and download it and then upload it into something like this to send out postcards or a gift, it's all of a sudden it's a lot of moving pieces and it makes it that much more complicated. And so what attracts me to this is that you can do this all in one platform, and it's really natural to do that. Plus it's I think it really makes a lot of sense.
Right. Now let me show you I'm going to move away from build the mailing list. Let's pretend that we just bought that 723 names. Okay. It will actually get dropped into my address book. So I have this is my account. This was one that I actually bought directly from them. I labeled it, I didn't know their birth month because I was learning the platform and didn't realize what I had done, but it goes directly into my mailing list. So one of the other things I want to show you here is we talked a little bit about birthday cards before. I have set my clients up on a birthday card campaign. And this is the actual card that I send my clients for their birthday. And I created this. Oh, it's locked. It's locked because I'm currently in the process of sending it to someone. So somebody's birthday must be today. So it's not going to let me show you the whole thing, but let me show you part of it. Hold on a second. I can show you part of it. I can't go and do any editing if it's being sent. But that's it there. And it's happy birthday, and it's the person's first name on the front. On the back side of the card is my company information. So it has nothing to do with Hallmark or any other card manufacturer. On the back of the card is my information. Here is, let me just see if I have another card that I created where I have it on there. I don't think this is another birthday card. I don't think that, hang on. I'm trying to decide. Yeah, see, I branded it on the back with my agency information. And then down at the bottom, it would automatically pre-fill the company information. So that is something that does happen. But I try to put the phone number on there. I try to put my web address on there so that it's almost like a carrying card. But on the inside, you can see that where it says first name here, that's where it goes and pre-fills the first name. I signed my name, took a picture of it, put it in there. And so it looks like my signature all the time. That's truly what my signature looks like. So, and then you can customize what you want it to say. If you want, you can actually put something here on the top as well, whatever you want to do. And you can see here on the front of this one, the first name's already there.
Are you able, given that a lot of my clients are remodeling contractors with professional photos of their projects, you can choose a blank card, I assume, and you could kind of build it on your own, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
So where I showed you in the beginning, start a new project.
Mhm.
So that's where you would go to say, am I getting a card? Am I getting,
Mhm.
they call these a gigagram. I guess it's a gigagram because it's an 8 by 11 greeting card. So that's pretty big.
That is really big.
So imagine what you could get in a gigagram. I've seen other industries. I'm going to use real estate as the example. They have used the gigagram to show the front of the card had the post, but they use the inside for this. These are the 10 things that we would do to help market your property. So they
Mhm.
used it as a marketing piece, if you will. And I would imagine you could come up with something like that for the contractors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just show you one other thing I think I forgot to show you, and that is we have something called the design store. Now, this is where your services for now are going to be needed more than what's in the platform, but it's broken down by industries. There's not a lot for contractors right now,
Mhm.
so the contractors would need to do their own things, but insurance, they've done a pretty good job for me in building that out. But they do have a holiday. So let's just say that you wanted to send what's coming up, 4th of July,
Mhm.
patriotic card, and you didn't want to have to go and create it. Here's a,
Okay.
depending on what you like and what your feeling is about that particular holiday, there might
Mhm.
be something in here that's pre-done for you and you don't even have to do anything.
Okay.
Look at these patriotic coasters. I haven't seen them before, but if you wanted to send some coasters to some of your clients,
Yeah.
as a 4th of July gift, you could do something like that. So within the design store, what I'm trying to say is there are some things that are already done up, and you don't always have to create a new product or
Correct. Right.
project,
I
if
get
you will.
that.
But that is something where I can see you helping your clients a lot with designing something that's customized to their brand.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of
It's
sense.
it
Wow.
stores in there. Yeah. Kind of cool, huh?
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a lot here. And it is really affordable when you look at the cost of doing this stuff on your own, or going to a promotional products company. I guess this is kind of a little bit of a DIY type of scenario, right?
I would say yes. Plus, it has the customization on it. When you go to a promotional product store, you're getting I'm trying to see what I have here. Somebody just gave me a mug, but I don't have it on me. But the mug has the company brand on it.
Right.
Okay, which is great, and it's a wonderful mug. But imagine if my name was on it.
Yeah.
And maybe both,
Mhm.
like it's the company name, and Debbie, we really, we love Debbie or something like that, that's a
Yeah.
little corny and cheesy, but um, my sister graduated from college. She got her PhD a couple of weeks ago, and I had wine mugs made for her with her name on it, nothing else. Now, it's my sister, so there's no brand to put on it, but I put Dr. Sherry, and so you can do things like that a promotional products company couldn't do.
Right. So these are basically, the difference is that these are personalized products versus promotional products. And so a
Yeah,
promotional product, you would often order, say, your company logo on water bottles that you're going to just give out. And you'd get a lower price per unit, probably significantly lower. And that's a different marketing tool.
right.
This is highly personalized touch where, despite the cost being twice as much as that other water bottle, you are making an incredible impact with
Right.
with a single product.
Right.
So there's a place for both, depending upon what the company is and what they're doing.
Right. Again,
Oh, I'm thinking, hold on. I'm thinking, sorry to interrupt, but could you imagine a company with employees going out in the field, and what they do is they customize the water bottle or the coffee mug with their logo, but then that person's name on it, so that there's no confusion.
right. What a great welcome to the company employee kit.
Yeah.
A great tool for that as well. What I was going to say, what I'm hearing a lot of people do, but it really ties right into what you just said, is creating swag bags through the products in here, especially from a virtual perspective when they're just, who's
Yeah.
coming. So you personalize everything and just ship it off to their house. But you could do a swag bag for a new customer. You could do I love the welcome to the company and give them the brownies and the mints and the water bottle, and drip those things too.
Well, and interesting, one of my clients is working on what their email campaign is right now for the time between when they sign the contract and when the design starts. And there's a period of time in there where, depending upon how booked up the company is, it can be a couple weeks, it could be a month or 6 weeks. And so what they're doing is coming up with an email drip campaign with some videos. But I could imagine that's slotting in a swag bag would have a great effect as well.
Mm-hmm. Or, I mean, I get the videos and I'm not knocking videos at all, but what if there was a 2 card campaign that went out? One of, we're getting together, we're putting all our stuff together,
Yeah.
kind of fun, kind of comedy, and then get ready, here we come, and like a picture of what the client needs to have organized to get ready as well.
Yeah, no, and I think that part of it too is that a tool like this allows you to do is to actually make a really pretty sophisticated campaign that includes email, customized video, regular video, maybe, paper like you have there with that fancy, you print, it's almost like you're printing a logo letterhead type of thing, and, gifts and all sorts of stuff that basically here's the thing, when it's a project that can be $250,000, it's totally worth it to invest, $50 in something, and it can be significantly less, or you do a couple touches. And
Right.
The cool thing is that you can do them from your computer.
Correct. And you could even decide ahead of time, each time we get a contract, we're going to send somebody X and Y. And you can have that pre-done, ready to go. All you have to do is enter their address, and everything else will be customized just like that for them. And you don't have to do a thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this is really fascinating. It almost makes me want to become a salesperson, which I don't like doing sales.
No, we're not jumping. You're going to stay in marketing. I'm going to stay in insurance. But I believe these are great tools.
Exciting. It really exciting. The personalized side of things. And, there's so much that can be done in-house. And that kind of ties into the owning your marketing. That part of why I moved to coaching from consulting is because I really believe that companies need to do a lot of the marketing themselves. So, I don't think a company needs to necessarily pay a marketing person outside the company to manage their personalized products, for example. That's something that, of course, show them how to do it, but a company can do this on their own.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And with the guidance of a coach, okay, you need to set up 3 mailers. Here's some ideas of what those mailers could be. And here's how you can go and get it done.
Well, thank you so much for sharing about your take. You obviously know the product well, and I love the breadth of the cards, the products themselves, the messaging, all of that. And then to be able to buy lists, that's really helpful for the kind of the pardon our dust campaigns that, or pardon our trucks, being on your street for 3-6 months campaigns. And, I really appreciate your insights, and thank you so much for joining me on here today.
My pleasure. Thank you.